Hello, my beautiful and very sensitive Pisces. I do love you guys because my amazing daughter is a Pisces. And it's not just because of that, it's because you people are so special and you live in your own universe of feelings and emotions, and they run so deep, and people just don't get you, and you are so intelligent at the same time, and you look around and you're thinking, I don't fit in this world. And it's very hard for you to find somebody that gets you, and that you feel is on the same emotional level with you. So very careful who you hook up with, Pisces, because it's really difficult for people to get you, and you're like, they just don't get me, and you don't get how they don't get you. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm actually smiling, but I feel you. I totally feel you because I'm dealing with this every day through my strong and very special relationship I have with my daughter. So I completely, I'm such an empath, and she's such an empath, and you people are such empaths. So we know what we are talking about, and whoever else is looking, they will be like, well, empaths will get us as well. But anyway, back to you, Pisces. This is about January, not predictions, obviously, as we are at the end of January, but I thought we are nearly 1 month into the new year. Let's have a look and see what is it that we need to learn from January, or just listen. Okay, it's about listening what the guides, the spirit, I don't know. I pray, so I'm a great believer. I don't know if I could say religious, because I'm not necessarily religious. I just believe in God, and I do pray. So I try not to say much about that, because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm pushing my faith on them. But it's not just the spirit. It's actually that I'm hoping to get to give you whatever God would like you to know as well. Should we be so lucky to be granted that guidance, and we are, because God loves us all. Anyway, back to Pisces. If you would like predictions, I'm going to try and do predictions for February. Hopefully we'll manage to keep it up. To be fair, I'm a bit disappointed, speaking of people not getting us, because I feel like there is a lot of laziness in reacting and getting involved, and it's disheartening. But hey, if I can help one person, it's still going to be good, and I'm going to feel happy and declare myself satisfied. I did a good job for somebody out there. So if you like this, to get in touch. It's nice to see that people appreciate. Even if you don't agree with stuff, let me know, because it could just be that I'm perhaps not picking up on that particular thing that you need. It could be, remember, this has to apply to a lot of people, and as much as I love general stuff, because it can be more confusing than clarifying, and I try to make it as specific as possible, it could be that obviously so many Pisces out there, I'm not necessarily getting to that particular point that you want, so I'll happily try and do it for you if you let me know. Anyway, Pisces, you guys are doubtful, felt deceived, and got to the conclusion that you better keep things to yourself in order to reach a goal. And that seems to be, whatever it is that you're thinking of getting, seems to be connected to property, home, house, building. Something is about assets, is about home arrangements, where you seem to feel lonely whether you are or not. I feel this applies to Pisces star signs. You may not be necessarily on your own, but you do feel like you are lonely, okay? And you're looking for guidance, and you're looking to understand, and you realize that there's been some silliness going on. Things have been done in a very, if you like, immature way, not necessarily by you. It could have been you that you know, you said something, because it's about communication, fast communication, pushed, rushed communication at the wrong time, in the wrong way. Perhaps you or somebody else around you, it doesn't matter. You will know, you will recognize your situation, take what resonates with you, what relates to you, and leave the rest. I will look at rising and moon as well, men and women separately. So you felt that things have been said, and you're now you changed your mind because they have been taken the wrong way, or you purely and simply changed your mind because you feel in a different way, and you tend to change your mind quite a lot. So you might want to pay attention to that downside of your personality, because you need to make your mind up and stick to your decisions, guys. You can't just change your mind. And if you are not quite sure about stuff, just don't say it. Don't say it, because people believe what you're saying, and look, it's affecting your life in a very, you know, profound way. And I believe that whatever's been said, it affects your relationship. For those who are in a relationship, I will have a look and see what happens with those who are not in a relationship. Well, it's just paying attention that it would if you're not in a relationship, it will in the future. If you're not paying attention to this, it might let me see, because I understand it's a warning for the future, because it would cause you troubles. You need to pay attention to what you're saying, how you're saying. Perhaps you should be careful when to speak as well, because yeah, again, it's about causing anxiety and stress. And it's a warning for those who are not in a relationship. You need to leave these ways behind. You need to change, because it will cause you troubles in the future if you're not in a relationship. If you are in a relationship, it's already caused you troubles in your marriage relationship. I get marriage because it's structured, so I'm talking, you know, about marriage. But even if you are in a partnership, that it's pretty much similar. If you're not in married, is for those who wanted to get married. It affects your future. It could be that you're not gonna get married anymore if you say what you're saying. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It's just the advice of January to pay attention to the future, because how you say and what you say is very important to your partner. Because exactly what I was saying at the beginning, very few people get you, Pisces, really get you. And then you express your thoughts, your feelings, or your emotions, and they take it as it is. And then you change your mind because you calm down, or you feel better, you feel different. And that with you happens, like, you know, every 10-15 minutes, half an hour, whatever. And then they are completely different. Because if you are with, you know, a fire sign or a nerve sign, you know, the fire sign is completely gone by the time you change your mind, or the earth sign is not going to change his mind no matter what you say afterwards. So pay attention to how you speak, because it affects your relationship big style, and it affects you in respect of home arrangements, assets, property, whatever it is. And then you will have to keep quiet, and probably you realized that you said too much, and now you have to keep quiet and find until you can think about another way of saying what you got to say, or you feel like you can't talk anymore because the damage is done and you don't know how to fix it, or it could be another thing, you have not expressed exactly what you thought. You said something, but it wasn't exactly what you thought. That is wrong as well, because if you are not sure, you better shut up, don't say anything, but do not mislead people, because again, they take it as you say it. Most of them, you know, unless they are also Pisces and get you, or somebody who's really, really an empath and completely knows you and gets you. So if you think something and say different, again, it's going to affect your future and your situation. So be careful, because you need to pay attention to what you say and how you say, and be honest. Okay, be honest rather than being harsh or stressed or angry or rushed in saying something. You better hold back, hold your horses until you know exactly what you want, what you think, what to say, and how to say it. Now let's have a look and see if there is anything different for Pisces rising. I want to look. Pisces rising. It's looking good for you in Pisces rising, in the sense of wishes come true. You have success coming up, so things changing for the better. You're overcoming fears and a harsh situation, especially when it comes to, let's have a look what this is about. Gosh, is up and down, typical emotional Pisces. When it comes to your success, it's like you've been up and down, you wanted something, you worked hard, you got to a point, then things went, you feared it's going to change, you're looking at different ways, and then you worry again, and things are changing in a way, I have to say, but they are changing in the sense of transformation and how do you call it? Change keeps coming up. It's up and down, on and off, cold, hot and cold. It's really unsettled type of energy with you, Pisces ascendant. So what is the advice? Again, I believe what I was saying to Pisces star signs. Take time, pause, think, write down so you get clear and not have everything in your mind to confuse you. Don't keep it all in your mind, because that confuses you. And then decide how you can change your situation and go through the transformation, because you are heading towards transformation, and your situation is definitely changing. I also see traveling abroad, or very long distance travel that you might not want to do, because it involves a lot of turning, is like it turns your situation upside down. I think this applies actually also for Pisces, for Pisces star signs, not just rising. It's like you're going to have to decide to make a decision about a long distance journey, and you're not quite sure, and you're trying to see how you can change that to avoid disappointment, because it's just too complicated. Although there is fresh chances of success over there, it just seems that change seems too complicated for you, so you will have to look at that. And again, my advice is, when you're not quite sure about something, just write down as much as you know, and whatever is going on through your mind, so you can free your mind. Put also yourself out of the situation and think about it as if you would try to advise your friend, not yourself, and that will be the best way of getting some clarity. Get in touch if you need more info, more insight as well. Obviously, you can book a private reading. And now let's have a look and see what we get about Pisces moon. So people with moon in Pisces, is there any different? Ooh, that's lovely. Success, changes, whatever you had. Again, you've been in trouble, oh bless you, but things are changing for you for the better. You're leaving troubles behind. There's been a lot of slow movement that required patience, and you worked hard to overcome the strife and the difficulty. But now you're getting justice. However, I feel you may be heading towards dealing with something like official organizations, legal organizations. I believe you need some legal advice, support, information, even if you like, somebody to speak on your behalf at some point, as it may not be your domain, in order to bring a resolution to a situation. But you will, because I can see you getting peace of mind. So whatever is going on there, you start off on a good, positive, on the right foot and good positive note. You just have to keep up and be strong, because it's not a simple process, and you will succeed. Let's see if the advice for men is any different than it is for women. No, it's very, very similar. Men need to work hard towards, again, it's about property, assets, long-lasting material stuff, and men need to be very careful with how they act towards that in order to be in a winning situation, because confusion or I'm getting hidden stuff, and like they don't know everything, or things is being hidden from them, both visually and verbally. So there could be things that, so let's say you go and buy a house, just to give you an example, you go and buy a house and you don't know exactly about that building. There could be hidden faults to it. So you really need to bring a surveyor in and look at things properly. Just, again, giving you an example. Or you need, if you buy something, you need to look at the history of the property, who was there before, how has the property been transferred, and that kind of things. So that's why I'm saying, the hidden and the confusing things can be either a visual, like something that you could see that's wrong with that house or that property, but as being hidden from you, you're not being shown around everywhere to just help you understand what it is. Or if it's verbally, it's about how, let's say, the property's been inherited. Are there all the paper, is there all the paperwork done, is it completed, is it ready, and that kind of aspect. I hope this helps, Pisces. Love you lots and see you soon, guys.